Welcome to the Imperium Forex daily video. Before we begin, it should be noted that any advice is of a general nature only and that your personal circumstances have not been taken into consideration. Hello everyone, my name is Rob Clayton and thank you very much for joining me. The Australian dollar's weak sentiment has remained for the 8th consecutive session. As you can see here, since the rejection from that 88.66 high, or the resistance around 88.55.65, we've got a doji, another doji, and now the market hit a low of 78.54 before the bulls returned quite aggressively to elevate prices back towards the 79-cent handle. Now with the bids firming up towards that 78.50, does question now if we've seen a short-term base and will we expect the next move to be towards the top side. I would say at this stage the focus will hold there. However, this will give renewed opportunity for the bears to return above the 79.15 resistance, therefore sell into strength with a cap holding at 79.60. Now in light of the current price action, if we do see a failed attempt above 15, this will turn the focus back towards 78.50. Only a break beneath there would give further scope to the downside and bring in an objective of 77.55.70. Now the US dollar has remained relatively firm over the last 24 hours, and this put a lot of pressure on the euro, with the negative bias returning, or should I say increasing overnight. Took the challenge towards that uptrend, which comes in at 116.80 with a low being 88 before responding to a slightly bullish bias as it recaptures the resistance now seen at 117.75. In light of the pattern, I'm a little bit cautious in case we do see a further stretch to the upside towards either 75 or to 118.2025, but it viewed that I still, on the other hand, like to sell into strength or shorten the market around this region of 118.20, purely for the fact is that the indicators are declining, with the MACD through the threshold of 0 and also a crossover to a negative bias, as with the stochastic, with no trend to support a bullish recovery, as well as the RSI does support the market to eventually return towards that 116.80. Now beneath there would give further scope towards the downside to 116.20 and could bring in the new objective to 114.80 and reassess from there. Dollar yen weakness returning surprisingly hit the target or the base at 109.30.50 with a low of 55 overnight, rebounds, but not quite enough to support a bullish recovery as of yet. Now I would like to make one note: these lows of the last few days session, the stochastic and the RSI is diverging. This in turn supports a bullish case to return, and a break above 110.40 today could see or should ignite the move up towards 111.05.15. So I feel that we've seen the base, and my strategy is still to buy on dips towards 109.30.50, because in the broader view I still expect to see the market to move beyond 111.05.15 and up towards 111.60 before turning around and giving a bearish call. The outlook for sterling has remained weak since posting a bearish outside range day last week, following on with a bearish candle breaking through the uptrend at 130.70 and now looking towards 128.50 as a potential goal. Any advances for the start of today's session should find resistance around 130.45, and I do expect to see the market start shortening towards 130.80 to 131.10. Gold surprisingly turns back to the bullish side since rebounding off that 1,255, and now questions whether we've seen a base for now and looking towards 1,281 to 82. Overnight, the tension still increasing with the US and North Korea. Now, gold is usually seen as a safe haven asset when we go into political uncertainty, when it comes to geopolitical risks, should I say. Therefore, a break above 1,281 to 82 would give further scope towards a target of 1,290 to 94, or even as a stretch to 96 back to these highs here. In the newspaper, the market it was looking towards the fact that the recent release from Donald Trump has warned North Korea that they will be met with fire and fury like the world has never seen if they continue to threaten the US. Fresh news update this morning says that if North Korea attacks Guam, then this could invoke Article 5 of NATO's treaty if they do carry out the threat of attacking. An attack on the tiny Pacific territory of Guam could escalate to draw on the world's most powerful nations within 24 hours under a rarely used clause of the NATO military alliance. Article 5 of NATO's collective defence strategy that deems an attack against the member states an attack against all. So if that does emerge, that could ignite the move for gold up towards 90. On the day, any pullback would see support at 74 and firmer from 68. And wrapping up with oil, market still consolidates and trades sideways, as you can see here, within a 48.40 to a 50.40 band. In light of the technical picture, I still expect to see some weakness returning, and if we do get a break beneath 48.40, then this would give further scope to the downside to a target of $46.70 and reassess from there. So that wraps up my daily video. Thank you very much for joining me, and I hope you have a wonderful day ahead.